there, I'm Sonya Morton Firth, and today you're watching the Sonya Morton Firth Show, but with a difference. What can I say? We all have been through a hell of a year, 2020. It's been devastating on both a physical and mental level, and it's changed the lives of all of us. And in fact, we're going to look back on this year in years to come and think, wow, do you remember 2020? Do you remember that year when this happened and that happened? It's been devastating for most of us, either physically or mentally. Some of us have lost loved ones, some of us have lost our job, been financially crippled. But one thing's for certain, it's affected all of us, throughout the country, throughout the world. It's at these times though, these challenging times, these times of adversity, if you can push through these, you're going to be tougher, you're going to be stronger. And it's actually at these times when you really grow. There's really no point on focusing on those things that we can't control. And let's face it, none of us can control a global pandemic like COVID. Nobody knew this was going to happen. So rather than focusing on that thing that's going on that you've got no control about, focus in on the things that you have got control of. Focus in on those things that really can make a difference in your life. So look, without saying much more, because I really want to get down to this interview, it's going to be a little bit of fun, enough to say, look, take 2020, take the good points, and really look into 2021 and start getting excited and pat yourself on the back for getting this far. I just want to wish you all an amazing end to the year. I hope you've all had a fantastic Christmas. And yeah, here's to an amazing 2021. All my love. And I think the biggest thing I've learned from this year is don't get attached to your outcome. Don't attach to your goals. It's great to have goals. It's great to have an outcome. But if you get too fixated on it and things like a global pandemic happens, that's when you start feeling uncertain, start feeling fearful, start feeling stressful because you can't possibly achieve your goals. You can't possibly achieve the things that you set out to do. So in fact, you've set yourself up for failure. So going back to the lesson is don't attach to the outcome. Go with the flow. Be flexible. Yes, have a vision. Absolutely have a direction. But just be prepared to go like a river, go with the flow and be prepared to be steered by life, because life isn't predictable. Things like COVID do just happen, and we've got to be able to sort of take the bull by the horns and go with it. I think this year, what touched me the most was when I did my COVID-19 series, and I couldn't do face-to-face, as you know, and I had to do a series of Zoom interviews, and I decided to focus on ordinary people, real people that were stepping up and that were helping in this weird situation we were all confronted with. So I was interviewing people like nurses, doctors, people that were helping charities, veterans that were stepping up and helping feeding the homeless, frontline workers. And I think it was the acts of kindness and the real sense of community spirit that we all went through in lockdown 1. We really felt like it was a country coming together, helping the NHS. People were saying hello on the street. Okay, we weren't face to face, but it did feel like the whole country had come together. I think that, and just being really appreciative of time. You know, we've all had more time to go out for walks. In some cases, it's the only form of exercise a lot of people have done. And I think a lot of us have appreciated nature, greenery, and just like focusing in on things that we took for granted before, right? Like I live by the river in Richmond, and just going for walks and just looking around you, you suddenly appreciate the beauty. And You know, life isn't all about materialistic things. It isn't about the next new car or, you know, your next new handbag. It's about the things that actually we've already got in abundance around us. So, yeah, those are the things I think I felt so grateful for this year. So I think this is a really important time. I'm going to address this to everyone because I think everyone should actually think about this. You know, we've been through a hell of a year and we've got through it. We've got this far. And it's now time for us all to celebrate, pat ourselves on the back and think, bloody hell, we did it. We got through a year of a global pandemic. Have gone through all sorts of challenges, all sorts of adversities. Everyone's got their own story. But it's time to really just take pen to paper and write down all your achievements. And these don't have to be big achievements. These could just be little things like, you know, did you help the next door neighbor? Did you buy some grocery shopping for somebody that was in need? Did you actually just talk to somebody in the street? It could be absolutely anything. So I think it's now the time where just take a look back on 2020 before thinking about 2021 and just celebrate all the little small wins and all the big ones, because I guarantee you write it down, you'll be like, wow, I've done a lot this year. I've actually done a lot, and it really is. I think it's just as important to appreciate the time that we've just had as well as planning for the future. So 2021 for me is all about really focusing in again on my inspirational guests. So what are my plans for 2021? Well, without being too rigid, I'm really going to start focusing in on the now. And what do I mean by that is, you know, we're so fixated on being happy in the future when we do this, when actually what we should be thinking about is making our now where we want to be right now. So making where you are the most important thing, rather than thinking about the future and thinking, oh, you know, when I reach that, that's when I'm going to be happy. Just like enjoy the journey is what I'm trying to say, I think. It's like enjoy every moment. So yes, have your vision, but make where you are right now fun. Make where you are right now what you want to be doing and enjoy the journey. Because let's face it, one thing this has shown us is life is too short to think about, oh, well, I'll do it next year or I'll do it in 5 years' time. You know, if you would have known that this pandemic was coming 6 months before, how would you, or what would you have done differently? I know I would have traveled, I would have seen friends, I would have told people that I love them and had much more connection. We take all of those things for granted. So just enjoy the journey, enjoy the now, and don't put off to tomorrow what you can do.